What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. Today it is the day before Thanksgiving, and we oven roasted a traditional Thanksgiving turkey. Today we're going to take that turkey carcass and turn it into a absolutely fantastic turkey stock. This turkey stock has a lot of gelatin built up. It's got that nice silky mouthfeel. You can use it for the rest of your Thanksgiving dinner or any meal for that matter. So join me, it's Wednesday, and we're going to make a classic turkey stock. Okay, the first thing you need is a nice big stock pot. So when you go out there to buy a stock pot, you'll notice a few things. There are some that are tall and narrow and some that are wider. For stock, you want the narrower ones because you won't get as much evaporation of your liquid. You want some evaporation to concentrate the flavors, but you don't want a real wide one that's going to evaporate all your water out. So this is my sous vide stock pot. If this one is still available, I'll put a link in the description. If not, I'll put a link for another one. So we have our turkey carcass, and we have some wings in here. So this was a lot of the leftover stuff from when we made the turkey. If you would like to see that video, I will put a link to that down in the description. So in here, I'm going to put a lot of aromatics. I've got celery that I cut in large chunks. I've got onion. If you want to have a stock that's a lot browner, you can leave the skins on your onion. I didn't do that because after I chopped them, I was like, wait a minute, I could have done that. And I forgot. So there you go. So we have carrot. So you ask, what ratio do I use? Probably there are people that have a ratio that they like. Me, I love stock. So depending on what I'm cooking it with, I might make it heavier on carrot, heavier on meat, heavier on herb, heavier on celery. It really depends. So I say drop it in, right? So next up, I have some herbs. So here I have some sage. I'm not going to put a lot because I'm not like a huge sage person. I'm just going to put a couple leaves of sage. I'm going to drop in a whole bunch of thyme because I am a thyme person, and a whole bunch of parsley because I am a parsley person. So this is the time where I'm going to be putting in some whole peppercorns, just like a handful, black peppercorns. I'm going to drop in some bay leaf. Some people say bay leaf doesn't give a lot of flavor. I think it does. I put a lot. Now it's time for our water. I'm using filtered water. We are on a well, but I'm using filtered water anyway. Ooh, yeah. As this cooks, we're going to be skimming this so we get a clearer kind of broth. You'll get a lot of foam on the top, but we're going to be skimming it. So this is going to go 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 hours. It depends on how much time you have and how luxurious you want your broth with the gelatin and how flavored you want it. We're probably going to go 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how I feel. You want a low simmer. So when we get to that point where it's simmering, I will be back. Oops, sorry about that. I have my microphone unplugged. I had it on high and it came up to a full boil. So I dropped it way down. I think I have it like on a 3. And I have this kind of simmer, which is still, I don't know, slightly high. I'm going to let it go maybe for an hour like this with the lid off. At some point, I want to take a nap, so I'm going to put the lid on and drop it way down so I can do that. It's looking good, and it smells so good, and it's only been a few minutes. So if we get any like foam or scum on the top, I will be skimming that off, and I'll show you that as we go along. But this is going to be in here for a while. So we're lifting the lid off. Look at how rich that stock is. It looks beautiful. So this has been going like 18 hours. I was literally going to do like 8 hours, and then we took a nap, and then we had some stuff to do this morning. And so it's now about noonish. Mm-hmm. So it's been on there since 6 o'clock last night. Look at the richness of that broth. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Wow. It is. I mean, you're never going to get that from the store.
And even your pressure cooker.
Yeah, a pressure cooker can't. The problem is a pressure cooker is not going to develop the...
it doesn't have the time.
It doesn't have the time and not going to get the gelatin development. You're just not going to get this. You can make a decent stock. We've done that. Mm-hmm. But if you really want a rich, luxurious stock, this is the way to go. So this is like almost a 10-quart pot here. This is a Tuxton Home sous vide pot. I love this. I use this for my sous vide, but it's a fully clad tripod, almost 10. It's 9.8 quarts. So we are going to put this into this. And what I have here is this a chinois. It basically looks like this. It's sits over and it's a nice big strainer. I also have some cheesecloth in here. Ooh. So I have 2 stock pots here because this stock pot is so big. I have an all clad here and an emerald. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to strain this stock. So let's do this.
Let the games begin. You can go ahead and get your ladle out. I don't want any, extracurricular activities. Warning is if your handles are hot, make sure you have adequate hand protection. Luckily, this Tuxton Homes, the handles stick out. They're actually cool. In fact, I'm going to take my glove off. I only had them on because the lid was hot. So let the games begin. So I'm going to grab it upside down if that's possible. Yeah. Get ready to flip it. And
woo!
So let's see. I don't know if the cheesecloth is going to work without being held, and it's a burn risk.
Let me tuck it in the pot. Okay, go ahead.
We're going to try this again.
Woo! That is some beautiful stock there.
I'm going to stop for now. It's going through the cheesecloth, and I want to see if it comes above the bottom of your thing, because I'm not sure how deep it is. We have quite a bit of carcass. It's low.
A little bit more room.
You can kind of see it. It's down at the bottom here, Bubba. So we do have more room to work. I just didn't want it like to overfill or anything. We have quite a bit of carcass and goodies in here, and that stuff won't go into the final, right, Bubba? So here we go again.
Okay, stop.
If you take it out, go slow with it, Boo-Boo, and transfer to the other pot. Let it drain. You don't have to do it. Just let it drain, Boo-Boo. It's got a little bit of liquid to come out. Okay, it's dripping, kind of.
1, 2, 3, go.
Uno, dos, cuatro. Where's the taco?
So that is the stock. Wow, it's beautiful.
Look how beautiful that is.
Look at that.
The store may have a color, but I don't think it's going to be that rich of a color.
And it's not going to be a real color.
No. They're going to put some food. They're going to put some food coloring in it. That's
wow, and you can feel the There's gonna be some grease
Well,
popping off on this thing after you let it cool.
true.
Yeah, that's the inside. That's what's left.
So, ooh.
Sure.
Go for it. Wow!
Well, I don't think that cheesecloth is going to protect you against all that. I don't know. Might have to call Geico and say, my turkey's in the stock. Get AAA.
So now we have all this spent material. If you have animals, I suppose you could give it to them. I'm not sure if they can eat the bones in there, but hey. So we're going to take the chinois.
You can grab that side, I can grab that side, let it drip. We're above. There's really there's not much liquid in there. You're only a couple inches out.
1, 2, 3, go.
All right. Yeehaw.
So one of the things you'll notice is I didn't salt this. This is a base for other recipes. And if I salt it, then depending on the recipe, how much salt it needs, so I leave it 100% without any salt. So if you taste it, it's going to be pretty bland, but that is intentional. If you plan to use this as turkey broth or you want to make soup, you can salt it, but I suggest leaving it unsalted till it's completely done and salt this in the recipe that you're going to use it in. So that's just my advice. So here we are, our beautiful turkey stock. It looks gorgeous. This is like liquid gold right here. Perfect for Thanksgiving dinner or anything. You can can this, you can freeze it.
Make some rice with it.
Make some rice with it, right? Oh my gosh, look at that. It's beautiful. Ooh. So cooks, it's Wednesday. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. We have homemade turkey stock right here, and it's going to be delicious. I hope your turkey day is fabulous tomorrow, and you have a really nice Black Friday as well. Stay tuned because we have a little bit of
Black Friday gold.
a little bit of Black Friday. I got a little bit of trouble there, so I'll have that this weekend as well. Have a great Wednesday and have a nice Thanksgiving.